Hello Kakayaka, my name is Alu Salasa, and this is my personal video for GRI 201. I guess to start this off, I'd introduce myself, how we introduced ourselves to each other on the first day of class. I'm a female, I'm straight, and I'm a Pacific Islander, but most specifically, I am Samoan, and also African American. Um, so I guess I'd talk about my identity. So in my first essay, I talked about what I identify myself as, and I identify myself as Samoan, but also Hawaiian and Japanese. I didn't really identify myself as African American because I wasn't raised in that culture. I wasn't really taught about their lifestyle, and that's one thing I regret, and one thing I'm embarrassed about being partially African American, because that side of my family lived in New Orleans, and I guess I just regret not being able to learn about it. But to go more in depth about um, Hawaiian and Japanese. So, growing up at home, you're taught during in the early years of elementary, you're exposed to like different parts. So, like, we'd have a designated like hour of the day just about either Japanese or Hawaiian, or both actually. So for the Hawaiian part, you have the kumu teacher, teaches you all these things about the hula, the land, ahupua'a, basically all the monarchies. And you'd also have Japanese studies talking about the language, their culture, boys, girls, they, basically how they do everything and all that good stuff. Um, Growing up in Hawaii, you're not really just subjected to just these cultures. There's also Filipinos and different Asian cultures due to immigration, and it was actually really liked growing up at home. I guess I was blessed because I didn't grow up in a non-white space. Basically, to say this, haoles, or white people, weren't really superior. Well, they were superior when like the overthrow of the monarchy. That's why we're state now. I'll talk about that later. But I didn't really have to watch my tone, the color line, watch what I had to say, because there wasn't really. I guess I was naive and I didn't think about these things. I just thought that, oh, you're you. You can be whatever culture you want to be. You're proud that who you are, and I'm proud of who I am. It was just one thing that was really um, great about growing up in such a diverse place. I didn't know that racism. I didn't know that race was such a bad thing. I didn't know how huge it was until I came to mainland. And that's actually one of the stages in the BID theory in this book, chapter 2. Well, the first stage was naive, and that's where I stood for most of my life. I never really left the rock until I had to travel for softball or come here to Reno. I didn't know about white supremacy, white space, racism, cops. The white cops is apparently a problem, and I guess I refused to know about it. I refused to think that there was such a thing going on, and that's one thing that I learned coming to Reno, coming to the mainland, and moving forward to, I guess, the third stage of the theory, which is resistance, which is what I talked about in my second essay, which is the overthrow of the Hawaiian Kingdom, how deep inside everyone's hearts of my people from Hawaii, is deep inside everyone's hearts from my people from Hawaii. People are still angry. People still show hatred towards the haoles, and that's one thing that still shows. There's still sovereign movements happening on my island. There's still communities that are against everything, every U.S. thing, they want Hawaii to be their own again, and that's one thing that I was also raised up to. That was one thing that I was also a part of, because I didn't even realize that I was a part of a movement until I came here. And coming to GRI, this class was not voluntary. I didn't pick this class. I was put in it by my advisor, and I guess I took a lot from this class. I refused everything. I turned the other cheek. I didn't think that anything of this was going on, and this class made me open my eyes. The different ethnicities that people identify themselves as, different race that people have to go through. No, the different identities that people identified the different identities that people identified themselves as, their troubles and their problems. I really took that in, and I basically compared that to my own, and I thought that was pretty great. That blah 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 blah. Being in GRI 201, learning from my classmates was actually pretty cool. I liked how everyone shared their stories, race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, and I don't regret it.